Hey guys, it's Mrs. Carly again. Tonight you're gonna see this same outfit a whole bunch over the course of 3 videos because I'm gonna do 3 different videos. This first one is everything that I would like to see students know before pre-K. This wasn't just my list. I collaborated with another colleague who also teaches pre-K. So in my state, which I'm guessing most people who are watching are from my state at this point. It's one of the 5 states in the US that has universal pre-K. So that means that there's pre-K in all public elementary schools in the state. And so here is what to know by 4.5 years old, regardless. So with literacy, my cat's in the background if you hear the little scritches. In literacy, I would like for students to be able to identify some letters in their name. I would like them to be able to write 1 or 2 letters of their name. And I actually had an example for this one. I am using notes tonight, so you're gonna see my papers probably a lot. This was a student that I had one year, and I just wrote it based on how she used to do it. Her name's Izzy, and she wrote this. She had the I, she had 2 squiggles for Z's, and then she drew a line and a line and a line for a Y. However, I was thrilled to see this because I knew that she knew those basic strokes. She wrote her name the same way every time. I could identify which paper was hers, and she had that I already done. She had it ready to go. So I'd like for students to know many nursery rhymes. The research shows that if children know 8 nursery rhymes by heart by the age of 4, they're going to be the strongest readers. And that helps with rhyming, fluency, simple stories, cadence. There's a lot of good things about nursery rhymes. I would like to see parents reading lots of books to their students. So even if that means that you're reading to them while they're in the bathtub after you've already washed them up and they're sitting there and playing with their toys, read to them then. My little one, just full disclosure, has a lot of toileting issues. So whenever we're in there, I read books to her then so that she will stay on the potty and she will work on that toileting. I know I always say you want to do it before they sleep, whether that's nap or bedtime. You can read to them while they're eating, whatever you have that it's a long period of time. All right, the next category I have down is social emotional skills. It's interesting. It's one of my longest lists that I have for pre-K, kindergarten, and 1st grade. So for pre-K, before they start school, I want them to be playing with peers in a variety of settings. So whether you're taking them to the pool, whether you're taking them to dance class, whether you're taking them to a play group. I know around where we live, we don't have the daycares and everything, so they're not getting all of those peer interactions. So you have to make it happen. And I know that that can be a lot on a parent, but that is the best way to do it, is just to keep getting them with different peers. And allow other adult authority figures to watch them. So my mother-in-law watches my little girl a lot, which has been amazing. I loved that, but she's so used to her that she doesn't always respond the same way to her that she would to another adult authority figure. I like for kids to be in at least some structured time and settings. It doesn't have to be all the time. At home, you're not going to be totally structured all the time. I have my little girl in a dance class once a week, and that just gives her a structure and a different adult authority figure, and she has other peers to interact with. I think those are great things. Whether she's learning the dance or not is a different story, but I do like those things about it. Cleaning up after themselves is a very big thing. Go ahead and teach them that. By doing things around the house, like helping with chores, they can put, whenever you're doing the laundry, if you're not real picky about this part, you can say, okay, you need to put your underwear in the drawer, and give them their underwear. Let them put it away. It's okay. I recently went through and reorganized all of my daughter's toys. That was a project. And whenever I did it, I put all the like things together. And whenever I showed her that, now she's cleaning up more easily. I am going to I have pictures and I have created a Word document. I'm going to print out those pictures and label it so that she can be a little bit more independent in her cleanup. You can have them help with chores by putting water on a cloth and say, okay, clean the table. It's not going to be sanitized, but they can clean up a little mess here and there after themselves. Let them practice winning and losing gracefully. We've talked about that in our game session. Conflict resolution practice, again, just putting them with other children. They're going to have conflicts. It's just going to happen. Whether, oh, that kid has a toy that I really want, or that is my toy, I brought it with me and that child wanted it. They can practice that. It'd be nice if they could have one self-calming technique before they come in. I practice that with my students quite frequently. We do lots of breathing exercises. It's just really, really helpful. One of my colleagues said that if children can learn to accept no before they come in, that would be really helpful for everybody. And if they can separate from the parent that brings them to school, that's going to help you as much as it's going to help them. All right, so under the category of self-help, I was writing my list and I thought about it and I was like, what can I sum up to say? And my biggest thing that I can say is let them fail into independence. I'm not saying like let them struggle for forever. You're gonna have to teach them certain things. But like my daughter will barely put on a shoe and be like, I can't do it. I'm like, yes, you can. And then I walk away from her as long as there's time in the day to get there, right? So let them practice on their own, even if it's hard for them. Toileting, please, please, please send your kids so that they are already potty trained before they come into pre-K. We do a lot of academics and a lot of work in the classroom. It's very difficult if we're constantly having to be in the bathroom with a child, okay? Send them in clothes they can work on their own. So like, I know bib overalls are cute and I love them too, but if your child cannot work bib overalls, maybe choose a different outfit for school. Let's see here. I'm looking for the rest of this. Oh, proper hand washing. I think that that's a really important one because kids will get their fingers in their noses and in their mouths and they go to the potty and they need to know how to wash their hands. Something that I like to do, and I've taught my daughter this song, I'll sing it for you so you guys know it. It's wash, wash, wash your hands, get them very clean. Do the rub, do the scrub, germs are very mean. Wash, wash, wash your hands, we should sing this twice. Do the rub, do the scrub, being clean is nice. Rinse. And that's how that song goes. And you could see I was showing it with the backs of the hands and between the fingers, under the nails. Go ahead and teach them that proper hand washing. It's still not going to be perfect, but it will help so much if they already know how to do that. It will save your sanity. The other things we talked about were following simple directions, which my colleague came back and said, yeah, 1 to 2 step directions. So, hey, go to the bathroom, then wash your hands so we can go to lunch. That's a 2-step direction. Have them be able to feed themselves using proper utensils, fork, spoon. We don't really use knives, but if there's a butter knife, let them know how to use that. Let them make sure they know when to ask for help and teach them how to put on their coat. I have created a video of how to do a coat correctly, and I've got to make sure there aren't any children in the background or I'll get permission from parents so that you guys can see the easiest way I think it is for a little one to put on a coat by themselves. In mathematics, I'd like them to be able to identify numbers 1 through 3. If that's all that they can identify by the time they reach pre-K, you're doing a great job, okay? I'd like them to be able to count to 10 and count by 1 to 10. So counting by rote to 10 would be going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Counting 1 to 1 is if I have objects out in front and they go 1, 2, 3, etc. up to 10. That's going to be really helpful. If they can go beyond that, that is phenomenal. We would love to see that as well. Puzzles and A/B patterning and large size comparisons. I'm putting those all in the same thing. So puzzles, A/B patterning, which is red, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, red. What comes next? And large size comparisons, which is big versus little, tall versus short, long versus short. Those are all critical thinking skills that are really going to help your child in the future, and it will help them to become better problem solvers. And then know some basic shapes. Circle, square, triangle are really good places to start. There are 8 shapes that we test students on in pre-K, but if they would know those 3 coming in and know some basic colors whenever they come in, that would really help them on their academic journey. So that's it for before pre-K, and I'll see you guys for before kindergarten. Thank you.